Hello. Today is September 2nd, 2020, and the time is 11:18 a.m. What if I told you that whistleblowing about corruption and things related to that happened before in my life? This is not the first time. What if I told you that my losing everything? It's not the first time in my life either. This happened before. In the late 1990s, and I do talk about this in other videos and kind of touch up on what I'm about to talk about. I'm going to be brief. In the late 1990s, I uncovered global sex trade agency and how some officials, not all of them, but there were some, were in on this. Now, back in the late 1990s, the internet and all this, it was around, but it wasn't as popular as it is now. And what I ended up doing through the information that I obtained is faxing it all around the world. And the last time I had faxed documents supporting what I'm saying, I was faxing it all around the world, literally. I had a lawyer, don't know the lawyer, contact me and said, whatever you just did, and this is 20 minutes after I sent that fax, that last fax, whatever you just did, stop what you're doing because there'll be no one to help you. I got the message. That was the last time that I faxed any of this information. And that did cost me everything at the time, in the late 1990s, but I rebuilt. So there's a lot of complexity to why the woman I married and I were wedged apart. This topic plays a big part of it, and then we had other things. It was like the whole world as a descriptive was against us, between my mother, her family, and all this pressure and everything else from the personal side of things. There was just so much for her and I that we had to deal with, and it's unfortunate. But if there's enough interest with regards to this particular topic, I might consider sharing more about what I know from over 20 years ago. So over 20 years ago was the first time that I did all this whistleblowing. And whistleblowing in that case was being involved with first-hand knowledge. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, and it did have to do with the woman that I married. I talk about all this and what she found herself involved with. And that's what put me on that tangent. And there was one time when I returned to Canada. I was supposed to meet with someone, we'll just say from Ottawa, who had knowledge. I'm not trying to sound cryptic. I don't want to. Well, you'll understand why I'm trying to avoid anything that will link this person. Before my flight back to Canada, I talked to this person. We were going to meet on that following Monday. I arrived, and I had contacted this person, and someone else answered the phone. And I just said, yeah, so-and-so there. No, can I help you? Long story short, I ended up saying, well, yeah, we were supposed to meet. And the person said, one moment. They came back on the phone and said, oh, yes, we have you in the calendar for this meeting. And then I realized something was not right, because this was not an official meeting. This was a very private meeting. So I asked what happened to this person, and apparently this person was transferred somewhere. That's it. I don't know whatever happened to that person. But prior to all that, this person was sending me stuff way in the beginning, and I was overseas at the time. I had no idea what relevance any of this had, and then I started piecing it all together and then understanding, and it just grew from there. So that was the first time that I really went in over my head with this particular type of topic. So over 20 years later, I'm right back dealing with this. And one of the things that I remember thinking about when all this past 7-year nightmare began is how in the world do I always find myself in these situations with firsthand knowledge, having to deal with things firsthand, and then having a huge war over it. I don't seek stuff out. There's a lot of people who call themselves truthers, and a lot of people seeking information, and a lot of their sources are second, third, fourth hand sources for information. And with the things that I talk about, it's firsthand. I'm the source. And I honestly, I really don't get why, speaking personally, my life has to be so full of conflicts, like trying to, I don't even know what the words I'm looking for. I've never sought any of this out. A lot of people who are posting stuff, again, second, third, fourth hand information, and they're posting it online trying to expose something and keep the truth going and everything else. These people are searching for this stuff. Whereas, speaking for myself, and I'm sure many others in my situation, the last thing we want is to complicate our lives with this kind of stuff. But anyway, that's all I really want to say about it all. It's not the first time, over 20 years ago. This time I just seem to be more in a situation that I can't think of a solution to get out, but I might share a little bit more about this whistleblowing over 20 years ago. I shared in a few videos some screenshots of information as it related to me, but there's a lot more. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.